እንኳን ደስ አላችሁ እዚህ ለተቀመጣችሁት ባልና ሚስቶች እናት አባቶች እንኳን ለዚህ ያበቃችሁ ለኛም ደግሞ እንደዚህ አይነት እድል እንዲገጥመን ትምህርቱ እንደምታስተላልፉ እርግጠኛ ነኝ እኔም የረጅም እድሜ ባልና ሚስቶች ፍሬው ነኝ ባልና አባትና እናቴ ከ50 ዓመት በላይ በትዳር የቆዩ ናቸው በዚህ ዘመንኛ ትግስት ስለሌለን ሁላችንም ትግስት እንዲሰጠን ወደ እግዚአብሔር መጸለይ መቻቻል እንድንችል አማርኛ ትንሽ አሪፍ አይደለም ግን አሳቡ መቻቻል ነው ይሉ ወላጆቼ ፍቅርን ፍቅር ማለት መገዛትና መቻቻል ነው ይሉ ነበርና አባቴ እናቴን መጀመሪያ ጊዜ ሲያያት ካዛዡ ያዛዡ ልጅ ነበረችና ቆንጆ ልጅ እዛ ቤት አለች ሲባል ሰምቶ ድንገት ነው ገብቶ ካሳዳጊዋ ያያትና ለብዙ ጊዜ ቆይቶ ስታድግ ብዙ ይበልጣት ነበርና ስታድግ በባህሪው ጥሩ ሰው ስለነበረ እንዲድሩለት ጠየቀ እና ከዚህ በፊት ምን ተሰማህ ስንለው እናታችሁን ሳያት ከግር ጥፍሬ እስከ ራስ ፀጉሬ ተሰነጠቅኩኝ አለ እና በዛ ዘመን እንደዚህ አይነት የስሜት መግለጽ ለኛ ትልቅ ነገር ስለነበረ ሁላችንም እንደ አባታችን ፍቅር የሚያቅ የሚገዛ ታማኝ ሰው እንዲኖረን እንጸልይ ነበረ ማለት ነው ሌሎቹ አግብተዋል እኔ ገና መንገድ ላይ ነኝ ስለዚህ ላይ ይጥላል ዛሬ የተሰጠኝ ሁለት ነገሮች አሉ ከኛ ወጣ ባለው ፍቅርን እንግዲህ ያገር ገዢዎች በሙሉ የሚሸነፉለት የሚንበረከኩላት አንድ ፍቅር ትኖራለች አንድ ሴት ትኖራለች እና በዚህ ዛሬ የተሰጠኝ የናፖሊዮን እና የጆሴፊን ታሪክ ነው Napoleon Bonaparte, a general in France army, and Maria Josephi was actually from late 1800 to early 19th century France. So the background is Napoleon is an ambitious military man, meets Rosa at party, and finds himself smitten, believing her too wealthy and younger than she actually was. He renames her Josephine and pursues her until she finally accepts his proposal for marriage. In 1804, after Napoleon had conquered much of Europe, the two were crowned an emperor and empress of France. So the story goes, the marriage of Napoleon and Josephine is one of the more complex match made in history. He was a military leader bent on world domination, looking for an older, wealthy woman to unite with. She was a member of the money-eyed elite whose family had escaped the rampant populace during the French Revolution. Like a high-stake game of cat and mouse, Josephine forced the young general to pursue her with all his might before accepting his marriage proposal. It may seem somewhat romantic at this point, but to some extent, it was much of the relationship was built upon misdirection or outright deception. Napoleon, for one, had been told by Paul Barras that Josephine was a younger and wealthier than she actually was. In fact, he was offloading her as he took on a new mistress, her friend. So she happened to be her friend. Josephine was looking for a similar financial support to that offered by Barras, so she and her two children, Eugene and Hortense, would not be thrown onto the street. So Napoleon left for Italy shortly after their wedding. Heading onto the field of battle was a deep admiration for Josephine in his heart. She, on the other hand, considered the relationship more of a business arrangement and immediately began dallying with another man. Unable to conceive after the birth of Hortense, in fact, Napoleon was aware of Josephine went so far to pretending that she was pregnant in order to avoid her husband far away from social circles in Paris. After a brief rendezvous in Italy, Napoleon headed off to Egypt to continue his war, and thanks to a conversation with a trusted confidant, learned that of Josephine's infidelity. He was crushed and he vowed to divorce her, which oddly became the turning point for a true love developing in her heart. She cared for him immensely, and he, despite his loss of a romantic inclination, would eventually have a strong, respectful affection for her as well. Even after their eventually divorced in 1810, so Napoleon could marry the Archduchess of Austria, he remained dutiful to Eugene and Hortense, his son, as though they were his own children, providing for them and her financially. He made sure Josephine retained the title of Empress, even as he took another wife and was abducted in 1814. Was one of the last people she spoke before dying several months later. So the reputation is much of what is famous about the love story between Napoleon and Josephine is infidelity, as both were known to take an adulterous relationship over the course of their marriage. Though the arrangement was primarily political at first, it did turn into a true love for the ages, immensely respectful, if not the sort of romance that we all hope for. So that goes without saying. አንደኛው ደግሞ it takes a breakup to make up የሚባል ነገር አለ። So በእኛ አገር ሰው ሲለያይ ያው መጥፎ ነገር ይዞ ነው የሚሄደው፣ ወይ ይሰዳደባል፣ ወይ ትቻታለሁ ተወቸዋለሁ ይላል። እዚህ ሀገር ደግሞ they have different እንትን አላቸው፣ breakup የሚያደርጉበት ሜተድ አላቸው። አይጣሉም ማለት አይደለም፣ ግን this is one that's kind of interesting. breakup letter ይላል. Dear, oh, where do I begin, honey? You are great. You have more than great. You are wonderful. And we have had some really good times together. Some good laughs, funny moments, and touching memories. But there is something missing. We both know. We both know it, and we've been avoiding this moment, but the time has come. You know what I mean. We need to break up. This has been coming on for a long time. We just don't communicate like we used to. Heck, here I am writing this letter to you instead of just speaking to you in person. What does it say about our relationship? Look, no one did anything wrong. It obviously just wasn't meant to be. So let's keep the blame and let me just express my sincerely appreciation for you. I admire you for your sense of confidence and self-esteem. You always seem so cool and in control, and I look at you in awe. You are more intelligent than anyone I know, and it goes beyond the norm. Book smart, you have really world common sense, you understand the world, the people, always know the right thing to do. And then you do the right thing. You are such a good and beautiful person. Thank you for following me to see your love, your lovely soul, and for sharing so much of yourself with me. You'll make someone really happy someday. I want you to know you deserve a person who will see you as I see you every day, as the most incredible human being alive and a jewel that should be cherished and protected to allow it to shine. I am sorry I cannot be that person for you. Thank you for teaching me to trust my instincts. You were the first person to show me my own truths. I don't lie anymore, as you can probably tell from this letter. I know it's a cliche, but I hope that we can still be friends in some capacity. I hope that we can put our differences aside and still root one another on as we continue to travel on this crazy life journey. If not, I understand. I cannot say I'll agree or be okay with it at first, but I'll respect your decision. Thank you again for everything you have given me. There will always be a special place in my heart for you, sincerely. Why would that be a breakup letter? So አማርኛ ደግሞ እንደምችል የፍቅር የእናት የአባት የልጆች የአገር ብዙ አይነት ፍቅር የእግዚአብሔር ፍቅር ስላለ የሴት ልጅ ይላል የሴት ልጅ ለኛል ያዋረደኝ መስሎት ስድብና ሙገሳ መለየት ተስኖት አዎ የሴት ልጅ ነኝ ያውም የጀግናዋ ጎንበስ ቀና ብላ ለልጇ ኗሪዋ 9 ወር ሳልከፍል በሆዷ ተኝቼ በጀርባዋ አዝላኝ እስኪሄድ በእግሮቼ ተደፍታ ስታነድ ምግቡን ለማብሰል እንጀራ ስትጋግር ፊቷ መስሎ ከሰል ሳጠፋ ገስጻ እንዳልኮራ መክራ በርታ ያለችኝ ሁሌም እንዳልፈራ አይዞህ አልከፋም ሴት ያሳደገኝ ነኝ ስድብም ከመሰለህ ደጋግመህ ስደበኝ አልቀየምህም በስሟ ስትጠራኝ እውነቱን ልንገርህ አዎ የሴት ልጅ ነኝ መታሰቢያነቱ ለናቴ ለሚወዳት በሙሉ ይላል ሎሬት ጸጋዬ ገብረመድህን